Alright, so that should be 2 boars. One rabbit is 1 person worth of food. So 2 boars, 8 rabbits.
Apologies, am I needed?
Not this very second.
Okay. We're doing a bit of vent one.
Oh good, so should be about 10 rabbits, 5 boars.
Alright, thank you very much. And while Sarthex is on his great one-day journey, Prohoof is going to hunt once more.
Alright, in the area that you are, there would be no... Currently there would be no animals. However, it is worth noting that the trees here are much more chaotic than earlier up the track.
Huh. Interesting.
Still not what you would call regular trees yet. Alright, I'll give you an opportunity to talk to each other, and while you're doing that, I'm going to go quickly grab my coffee.
Okay. I don't know what to talk about.
Well, let's have a battle plan. So what do we need from Atlas once I can get to him?
Iron and copper. Iron and copper.
If we can get them, we can get. Justice has said that we have the option of buying copper, whether it's in powdered or solid form.
5 gold at most.
Yeah. Buy for 5 gold or less.
5 gold for 1 pound it was. Of either copper or copper dust.
Yeah.
And I guess we could almost say the same for iron. You know, except it maybe be a little more expensive because, you know, iron.
Well, I kind of feel like that's a very high cost for copper. So maybe here we'll be able to get it for a little cheaper.
Yeah, because it is like a mining place.
Well, 5 gold was just the maximum price that we were given by Justice.
Yeah, but you could get the same amount of pounds of silver for 5 gold. You get 1 pound of copper for 5 silver.
Oh, you know what? I have pelts to trade, I just realized.
How about first I secure your travel in, and then we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we could just talk to Atlas about the fact that we'll just set up a sort of roadmap for Justice for trading.
We'll also have to tell him that Ezra and
Merlin are now zompires.
well, to the best of our knowledge, they're dead now.
Well, their bodies disappear. Teleported away, so we'll have to.
I mean, you can kind of assume that they became zombies because, you know, they died. Perma-died originally.
We know that they were zombies.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just getting a little bit confused with things. I've been having such a hard time following everything. This is why I hate taking Benadryl.
Oh, good.
Well, by the sounds of it, you don't really need to get us permission to go through this outpost. You just gotta ask for a way around it for us to take.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and be playing Prahoof the best I can, but I don't know why it's just them not allowing all Celestials
mean,
to
again,
even come near. It itches me the wrong way.
it's just, and dude, it's literally just this one outpost, and it's
I
understandable.
know. Not really. That's like
No,
like there are so many examples where people would just say that's unacceptable.
I mean, with the history of this place, it is understandable.
Echo, look, Echo can be fixed if you want. We just have to butt them up.
Yeah, I know.
And this is Echo
Just to blindly
Point.
hate. Yeah.
And this is Echo Point. It's not even the town.
Yeah, so in fact, if Echo came in, I'm sure they would be rather lenient. But for the safety of all, I'm going in, and I'm gonna go do.
Oh
do
yeah,
this
no,
stuff.
no,
I
I
am
understand.
businessman. I am business plan.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Alright, I am back.
Hello.
So is it the next day?
It is the next day.
Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. So, do I wake up in the same room, or am I now suddenly in a dungeon being questioned?
You wake up in the same room and there is breakfast next to you. On basically a roll-in tray.
Very kind of them. I will eat quickly, put on my gear, and prepare to head off.
Alright. You only wear leather armor, don't you?
No, I wear the heaviest gear.
Okay.
'Cause
Is it metal? Or is it
It's
some other
plate
material?
apparently.
Right. It has been polished.
Wonder if
All
this
the-
was done.
All the bells and whistles.
I wonder if this was done by others who are getting their keep here, or if this was done because I worked here. Very strange. Once I've finished eating and putting my stuff on, I will roll the tray out and look around to see where I might need to take it.
The tray appears to be magically fixed in place.
Oh.
As if it magically moved itself there in the first place.
Alright. I shall open the door.
Alright.
Does the tray speed out?
No, it sits there.
Alright. I walk out and I look around to see if I see anyone.
You walk out and you can hear the tray begin to move.
Alright, I stand aside to let it go past.
It walks out, it basically rolls out of a room and then goes down a corridor.
Astonishing. I would have made the bet as well. Though they're probably, though they've probably won't care about that.
Good to know. The sheets definitely aren't enchanted or anything.
Yeah, I would have remade the bed, because this place is about you doing stuff for the community to be able to stay there. So I'd much rather leave in good terms than come back as a repeat customer and say, "There's the one who didn't clean their bed up. Let's give him a shittier room." And I'll go up to the front desk. Who is working there at the moment?
It appears to be some teenager.
My thanks for letting me stay here for the night. Is there anything else that is required of me before I leave?
I know everything appears to be taken care of.
Oh, good. Enjoy your day.
Thanks. Have a nice one yourself.
And I walk past. Is there someone at the table next to the door?
Yes.
Right.
They
I
don't
walk
check you as you're
past.
leaving, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine they'd check leaving, because unless someone put a teleport circle in for for some celestials to come through with illusion magic.
If they did, that would be probably better for their health if they didn't check.
Yeah. And I shall start heading to. I stop and I ask before I leave. It's the usual way to the town, yeah? It's just a straight road. There's no divergings.
Follow the river path, not the main road.
Alright. And I shall go do so.
Meta, wait a minute. Did they get more satellite outposts or towns set up?
We don't know.
We
Okay.
don't know.
So, you follow the river road. That is a 4.5 hour trip to the main town.
Alright.
You arrive at the main town.
Alrighty. I'm gonna walk towards to where I believe Atlas's home is.
Noticeable differences in the town since you've arrived. Most of the buildings look quite a bit nicer.
Do we have a layout yet, or is that still in works?
Layout is almost identical. Let me bring up that one. Noticeable differences. There aren't any noticeable differences on the actual layout except for the academy. There is the nicer looking buildings. The alchemist and blacksmith shops are now 2 stories.
Lovely. And one of them.
Yep, he's a bastard for helping build this goddamn place.
I'll just move you on to the old one for now, and then I'll upload the new one. It's pretty much the same.
Oh, shush, you genocidal person.
Hey, it's not genocide for killing 5 people.
It is if those are the only 5 people left.
Actually, technically, it was only really like 2 people because one person Merlin killed by accident. So manslaughter.
You still killed them.
So is the manor there?
Yeah, the manor is there.
I will walk up and knock on the door.
Okay. A human assistant appears to greet you.
Hi. Is Atlas here?
Yeah, he's currently available.
Tell him Zarfix has arrived and would like to talk to him promptly.
Alright.
Thank
You hear the person goes over and talks to him, and then you hear quick footsteps as he quickly comes over to check, looks around, sees you, looks around to see the others, sighs. There's a sigh of relief as he doesn't see Merlin or Ezra.
Yep.
Just you. You're good, they're following the rules.
They're dead.
Did they start another fight?
We were, if you remember, we were tasked to go into the mountain. And we found something in there that ended up being a little more than we could take on. And he ended up besting Merlin and Ezra. They both ended up being killed several times. Echo's still alive, and he's been making great strides to try and, fix what was done. And we've picked up 2 new Celestials, Perhoof and Hades.
They're not here, are they?
They're currently waiting a day away from the from Echo, as we have trade routes to set up from here to Justice.
Oh, I see. They're finally getting around to that, are they? That sounds
Yes,
British.
Unfortunately, as there are three. Wait. 1, 2, 4. I believe there are 4 Celestials currently on that cart. I said I'd go in myself and try and see if I could secure passage for them to set up a trade route. Also, there's a sign that says no Celestials past this point. Doesn't that also include you?
Creative politics. Celestials are technically allowed in this town, but they're not allowed in any of the outposts that lead into the towns.
What about you?
I don't go to the outposts.
Oh.
I have
Very busy
representatives
these
at
days.
each one of them.
Very busy these days, I see.
So, wait a minute. He said any of the other outposts. So, in other words, you can't get to the town because all the outposts surround it.
So there is no other way for us to get a card in here without legal documents saying that we're exempt as long as we're here and then gone as fast as possible.
Only the Mortal Council can approve Celestials.
Alright. Can I gain audience with them?
Sure.
Alright.
He walks over to the manor, goes upstairs and rings a bell. I think I've got images from most of the Mortal Council as well.
I'm waiting for one of them to be one of the scarred individuals. That's going to be the hardest to win over.
Okay, so the council is as follows. Archie,
Yeah.
He's gone, right? Because it's been more than 3 days.
let me check. You guys are currently on...
Because it took us, you said, 3 days from when we were at
Yep, Archie is
others-
currently dead.
Yeah.
That'll make it even harder.
Yep. Well, not really, because Archie will not reckon. If Archie
They've got no
recognized-
evidence that Archie was killed by a Celestial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still unfortunate.
Alright. So there is
Wait a minute,
her.
there's...
There is... Alright, so you see the following people come up to you. You see the blacksmith, the alchemist. You see... Lucas. And there should be 2... One is dead and one is missing. So it is just those 3.
Oh, good to see that you're all alive.
Yes. And you are... Oh, right, you grew up here, didn't you? The alchemist is saying to you.
Wonder how the folks are. Anyway, I'm not here to chit-chat with my old folks. I'm actually here to try and get an exemption for my allies who are currently here setting up a trade route from here to
How old are they?
Justice. How old are they? Well, you will recognize Echo.
Right. He was a part of the incident, wasn't he?
He was part of the incident, but he was the only one who was trying to help. The others are dead. The ones that weren't helping, dead.
He doesn't have the celestial eyes, does he? I'll make it a bit easier, as long as he's not wearing clothes of a celestial.
We have 2 new Celestials, which came in this year. We were training them, and
Alright, they weren't a part of the Celestial City or those organizations, so we can make an exemption for them.
and then we have a member who's been around for about 710 days now.
What more can you tell us about him?
His name is Q. He seems to have a Rubik's Cube, whatever that is. And it does psychic damage to any who uses it. If you don't use it properly, that is. You gotta solve it without damaging yourself. He seems to be only hostile to those who try and take things from him or attack him.
How many mortals has he killed?
He's killed quite a few vampires, that's what we've seen.
Vampire Slayer.
Yes, the town before Echo's outpost, that was actually full of vampires. It's not so now because of him. He seems generally nice, but he also seems very confused with this world.
Alright, we'll make an exception for him.
Right. So, we've got this in writing, or is this something that we have to somehow take word for?
You can get some documents written up. It'll take about 2 days. I assume you're going to pay for this arrangement?
How much?
Let's go with 200 gold per person.
Alright. I hand over 1,000 gold.
They take the 1,000 gold. Alright.
Now there's a reason why I give them a little bit more, because I might not be a Celestial, but I am still part of the group. So I give them the 1,000 gold up front. Question: is there any chance that there would be a magic store here yet?
We do have a magic item specialist.
Would they, by chance, sell, what are those things called? Sending stones?
They can probably get some made up for you.
Well, I guess that's what I'll be doing whilst waiting. Thank you for being very understanding. I wouldn't be back here if it weren't for business. I promise you that.
I don't really have an issue. Lucas is basically there because he just has to be. The blacksmith is there listening to his wife tell him what to do. And she is deciding how things are going right now.
Yeah. So how's Archie going?
He's been missing for a few days, Lucas speaks up. The church has been rather concerned.
As am I now. He was one of the only people that I considered, well, in the people that I was following around, as for the people. The new group's for the people, or at least most of them. Not sure about Echo. He sort of just wants to live his own life these days. Too much bullshit. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. If you don't mind, I would like to know where the inn is here. This place seems to have changed quite a bit.
They gesture to where the inn is. It's pretty much in the same spot as it's always been.
Right, yeah.
Though it's now 4 stories tall. It's got stone reinforcement.
This place is changing into quite the city.
Meta, I don't know why, but I really wish I could play Merlin and destroy this place now.
Wow, yeah, okay. Take away my happiness.
I'm sorry.
I'm sitting
I'm
there like,
angry.
oh,
I am angry.
This is
That's
glorious.
why I said, be quiet, you genocidal person.
I
Now
forgot
that
to
is
send
more
you-
genocide. Yes, I will agree with you.
I forgot to send you the mother and father, so I'll quickly do that. Just in case she wants to pull some sort of BS. But you know.
I have not killed either of them yet.
But do you think Zarfix would care if they were dead?
Anymore.
He would have a couple of years back, but like, there's a different type of BS I'm talking about.
Them being alive now is more a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it's a pleasant surprise knowing they're alive. But if they're dead, he would mourn in his own way, but it wouldn't destroy his career. There you go. Right. I shall head to the inn after giving them nods.
Alright, you arrive there.
Before leaving, I say it's good to see that most of you are here. A little worried some giant ooze monster destroyed the city for a bit.
That was an incident. Remind me, whenever I come across that Merlin of yours, he and I are going to have a little discussion.
I'm gonna tell you now that he's not going to be much of a discussion person. Last I saw him, he was a zombie.
Okay, I want to fucking kill her right now. I'm deafening myself. I'm deafening
Don't
myself.
worry, you genocidal person. You just gotta wait till you can play Farx again, and you can get this all out of your system.
And that went for Ezra too. He was also a zombie.
Who's Ezra?
He was the Silver Dragonborn.
Oh, right, he had that wing incident.
Yeah, very painful stuff.
He's also a zombie.
Yeah, they then became zompires,
Oh, what?
and we killed them. Anyway, we think we killed them anyway. They died. They both fell to the ground and then disappeared after we killed the head vampire.
Zombie vampires.
Meta, I hope zombie vampire Merlin's alive so he can come back and kill her.
If you come across a vampire, I will pay quite well if you bring it here alive.
Next time I find one, I'll try and find a way to bring it to you alive. Might be a good idea to purchase a helm of teleportation then. Anyway, I will not waste more of your time. I'm sure you're very busy. And I head off to the inn.
Alright.
By the way, sorry for my outburst.
It's all good.
Yeah,
All good.
it's all good.
Hey.
She's not a nice person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
not a nice
she-
person, and Merlin was your first character.
Also,
It's understandable, dude.
Also,
Yeah.
the fact that she's like, I don't know, just the laugh.
She
I don't know, that
laughed. Yeah. Anyway, so
No, I'm gonna
the
have
plan
to roll
is-
so hard just to not.
Just so that Faroof doesn't for some reason hate her.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so the plan of action is to go to the inn, get a room for a couple of nights, then head to the magic item specialist and see if I can get some sending stones created. Get one for me and Echo basically, and if they can be paired, see if how much it costs to get paired ones, and get one for Proroof and Hades. That will be paired to all four of us, so that way we can keep in contact, which will be very valuable. Because this is the furthest away any of us have been from each other ever.
That's not true. Echo was on the other side of the continent from his.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was
let
probably
me
killed and then
rephrase that.
dragged back.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. This is the second. Then, anyway. So once I get to I get to the inn, how much is the inn?
It is 5 gold.
5 gold for both nights or one night?
1 night for one person.
Alright. I'll give him 10 gold then. It's rather expensive, but I mean this is a city. At some point, another inn will appear that'll be cheaper and will end up becoming the rival inn, and they'll set more fair prices against each other. Oh, no, I'm keeping so Echo. I'm keeping the platinum separate from the gold.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
Are you going to use the platinum for justice or something?
Yeah, most of the platinum for justice. That way, it's an easier transaction instead of throwing. Because we didn't actually get that much gold. It's all in platinum. It's just easier to give them 64.
1,000 platinum. No,
640.
How much?
Wait a minute.
640 platinum.
Yeah,
640.
yeah, that's how much platinum it'd be. Because I was just doing the math here when you said it.
Wait, 6,400 gold all up. I thought it was 64,000.
Okay, how many pounds of diamonds were there? I'll do the math.
That was about when the diamonds were given to us by justice, that was about 2,600.
We did this maths last week, goddammit.
Okay, that's 65,000 gold.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's 6,500 platinum.
Yeah, 6,500 platinum. But I'd be giving them 64 100 platinum and then 1,000 gold.
Alright.
So now
so
I
long
am
as
going.
You've got the money stuff down.
Yeah, I've got the money stuff down. So I shall now go to the magic store, looking around for it anyway.
Yep, you're able to find the magic store. It's one of the new buildings.
Is there any sign that says that I must knock before entry or anything?
It doesn't even have a door.
So I enter.
Okay. There is pretty much a counter and that's it. There's no items on any shelves or anything.
I will stand at the counter.
Okay. Someone walks
And
out of
knock.
the back to you.
Alright. Hello.
Hello.
I would like to inquire about a sending stone.
That's not how we do things here. You tell me what you want the magic item to do, and I'll make it do that.
Alright, I'd like 4 pairs of magical stones that are connected that allow me to freely talk between me and my allies.
He hands you a piece of paper and a quill. Write it down.
Look.
You're not here fucking being bored and using the green dust.
I wish I knew how to spell allies.
ALLIES.
Yep. Although it is a tricky word. Because sometimes autocorrect will go to alley or something.
How much do you think they'll cost?
Alright, are we talking physical connection, audio, visual?
An audio
Alright.
one. Why did I think visual and audio was that little like round thing from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Execute Order 66. It
They
will
have
be done,
those.
my lord. Oh dear
Oh,
God.
I almost want that.
Hey,
I
when we're
almost want that.
when we're richer, we can get those.
Alright. And is this going to be a charge-based item, or is it going to be a sustained item?
So meta, what is a sustained item?
An item that can be used at any time without relying on its charges, whereas a charged item can only be used a certain number of times per day.
What would be the difference in price? Which would be the more expensive one?
Well, then it comes into whether you want it to be attuned or not. If it's a charged space item that is attuned, that's probably the cheapest option. If it's a non-charged space item that is not attuned, that is probably the most expensive option. You're probably looking at about 40,000 for each stone, with it being... So if it is not... So if it's attuned and it's charged based, each stone would be about 35,000 gold. If it is instead not attuned and it's not charged, then it would be 120,000 goldish, approximately.
Man, here's me sitting here thinking, oh good, sending stones. I'll finally be able to keep in contact with my allies with an uncommon item. James's world. Ain't no such thing.
They're a tier 2 item, they're not bad.
So I did the math. That's 14,000 platinum for the cheapest.
Yeah, which would mean that we'd have to dip into the gold to pay for them. I wanted to
Which
keep
we
some.
shouldn't.
Yeah, so
We
we
shouldn't.
can just,
I do
you
need
know what?
armor.
We can just get, we can just get 2 and take those for now. And if we feel like we'll ever split up, we split up in pairs of 2 at most. Sometimes 3, 1, but never any more than at least a major group and a minor group, or 2 split group sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be 7,000. Not 7,000 platinum. God,
And
I
how
can't.
many charters would it have per day?
It will have as many charges as stones that are connected to the network for it. So in this case, two stones connected to the network, there would be 2 charges.
2 charters. And this would allow us to speak to each other freely? For how long?
Basically until the conversation's complete, or possibly 5 minutes.
You know what? That sounds pretty fine with me. However, I am missing our artificer. I am missing the fact we had an artificer at some point. We could have had sending stones. We could have
Yeah.
had sending stones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then he decided to become a wizard.
You know what?
Well,
I-
that was more a happy accident. But I could have
Just-
gone back to artificer, what I was going to do.
Yeah. Huh.
Plus, not going to lie, if we could we get some money to at least get Prahoof leather armor?
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
stuff-
Don't worry. I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm going to the armor mission next. And I'm gonna ask him if he does leather or if there is a leather work somewhere that I could get some leather armor for a avian individual.
If you had have asked that about 3 months beforehand, they would not have the resources to do so.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing we didn't come back here until it was basically a year since we left.
Ooh, I need to get a longbow too. Just a basic one though.
That I was not thinking about, so sadly.
I mean, we're going to
can't
be
imagine.
we're
Yeah.
going to be coming into the town anyway. And I'll be
Yeah.
selling this pelt, so I'll have some money to buy that.
And would I be able to come back here or somewhere else and get extra stones added to it, or would I have to get an entirely new set?
I don't see why I wouldn't be able to add more to the network.
Right. And how long would this take?
I can do 1 stone every 3 days or so. It's not particularly difficult to do, but I've also got other orders I need to get done.
Of course. I'm just trying to weigh up my options because I don't know how long I'm gonna have here as I'm currently doing trading, or at least setting up a trade route. I'm sure we could stay here for a little longer. Just have to maybe spend a little more money. Alright. Well, I will look in. Do I pay half up front now and half later, or do you expect payment after or before?
Are you an adventurer?
I would imagine so, but
Then
the
payment
first
up
time.
front. If you're just a
Right.
resident of the town, then I'd have half up front, half later.
Oh, I'm also a resident of this town.
Alright, what's your address?
You know, I'm not sure where my parents live anymore.
Then are you a resident of this town or not?
Yeah, I haven't exactly settled down anywhere else.
Then you're an adventurer. He looks like he's
Yes,
not trying to
but
provoke you, but he's also trying to explain that that's what an adventurer is.
Yes, but I wouldn't have been an adventurer if certain things did not fall into place. So, would that still not mean that I am still a citizen of this place?
Whether you're a citizen or... There's a difference between being a citizen and a resident. A citizen is you came from here. A resident is someone who lives here each day.
And if I were to say that can I at least have that in a contract writing that you'll get this done?
Of course. He
Good,
goes over and
because-
starts writing it up.
Very good. As I go on the long-winded story about how we almost got screwed over by vampires and all the adventuring that I have done that I claim that I am still not an adventurer for. Would we like to change over to the others to see what else they're doing for this day, or do we want to just speed up?
There's gonna be like next to nothing that we're gonna be doing besides just chilling, really.
The most Prohoof would be doing is like flying around a little bit, but that's mainly because, you know, he does enjoy it and, you know, to try and get more used to it.
And at most, Echo might have like an idle conversation with Q about.
I'm not sure why you
21st
rolled a
century.
13 plus 9. Oh,
0 on your random encounter table. 13 plus 9, that is his investigation check on the cube. He gets to make one each day.
alright.
Yeah. I figured that.
On a natural 20, he gets to roll again, and if it's another natural 20, he solves the cube.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is divination wizard.
It is probably your best bet for solving the cube, yes.
You get a nat
Divination-
20 and then you roll again. And once you
divination
get the
wizard with
first
lucky.
nat 20, Yeah, once you roll the first nat 20, all you have to do is roll a second roll, and then use your other roll and get 2 nat 20s, and then boom. Well, I know that divination. You have to roll your dice, so you have to roll a nat 20 on those dice. Hold on to that nat 20 for later. Roll another nat 20 for your thing, and then bish bosh bash, you're done. Gives you a higher chance.
Yeah,
but
it pretty much halves the difficulty of actually doing so from 1 in 200 to about 1 in 100.
Yeah.
So wait, you need 2 nat 20s in order to solve this?
yes.
You
Oh
also
my
need to be
God.
proficient in it.
Oh. Huh, well,
Yeah.
good thing Proof is proficient.
And Echo's just not going to try.
If you
Okay.
roll a nat 1, you have a seizure. If you roll 2
Yeah.
nat 1s, you die.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
you go to death saves.
Anyway, so if we're cool with speeding it up to day 2,
Yeah.
or so after the first night, and I will go and wait at the manor, because I'll go wait at the manor to see if I'll be able to get that the documents.
Alright. You go to the manor, they've got the documents.
Right.
There is a gold, almost like a gold resin seal on it.
Right.
They instruct you to not damage that seal, as it is the only thing that will stop them from being attacked on sight.
Alright. I promise you that if anyone breaks this seal, I will break them.
Right. They also give you what's effectively a badge that they can wear on their arms, so it's sort of like a gold string badge.
I called it. I called it. I called it. I called that this would happen.
They don't have to wear it in this town, but in the outposts they will need to wear it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I thank them. And then I'll head to the magic shop after thanking them.
He shows
I
you the
shall be-
contract.
I shall be back in a couple of days. I'm just picking up a few of my allies. Hopefully by the time we're done here, I'll be able to pick up the items and be out of your hair.
Alright, just worth noting, don't send anyone to pick it up on your behalf, it has to be you.
Oh, I'll be coming myself. I don't trust anyone else. As I bid him good day and head off to following the river.
Okay. 4.5 hours later you arrive at the outpost.
I will. Should I stay there for the night, guys, or should I start making my way there? Because by the time I get to
Well,
you guys,
you're either going to be spending the night at the inn, or you're going to be spending like two nights on the road.
yeah, so probably spend the night at an inn and do another hour's work.
Alright.
I've put the documents into my bag of holding.
Yep.
I am not letting them be out anywhere for anyone to
So are
steal.
you staying at the outpost or are you travelling?
I'm staying at the outpost
okay.
because it's technically the safest.
Yep. They'll get you to do
So-
another hour of labour.
Alright. What type of labor this time? Because
Pretty much the same thing because they've seen that you're reliable at it. You're
Because I'm
better than pretty
reliable.
much everyone they've got doing it.
Because I have a 18 in athletics, a 23 in arcana, so I could sit there waving a wand for an hour. Just next, papers please, next. Anyway,
Oh, you've got an illusion on you. That guy's got an illusion on him. Get him.
get him. It's just like, you can't stop me. I'm a level 3 Celestial. What are you? I'm a level 10 Eldritch Knight. And he'll just be like, oh no, what have I done?
Average level for that outpost is level 4.
Yo, Prahoo's nearly there. Let's go.
So I'd basically be that retired adventurer that works at an inn. Just like,
Yeah.
I'm the level 3 fighter. What are you? I'm a retired adventurer, son.
You'd be surprised how many retired adventurers run magic item stores and inns.
Yeah, well, inns are nice places to run usually.
And they know it's profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. All you have to do is make sure that that you get the food and that the beds are made, and that's basically it.
That chef background is really coming in helpful.
Oh, by the way, James, I've been meaning to ask this. What is it? So, you know how we got like the 5,000 XP from killing the shadowy guy?
Mr. Shadow, yes.
How much XP did we get for I'm assuming zombie, vampire, Ezra, and Merlin aren't dead, but did we get any XP from them?
That was factored into that.
Okay, just wanted to check. I was curious.
Alright, next question. For being in the vicinity of him murdering all those, how much essence did we get?
Actually, yeah, I need to go do that.
Oh
235
my God.
XP each.
Wait a
much?
minute, what?
235.
Each?
Okay.
Yep, you're 4 factors away.
250, you said?
35.
235. Ever inching closer to level 11. Level 11 is where fighter becomes fighter. Go brr.
Like I've got enough experience to train to level 8. It's just that I don't really have the time except on the road now.
Well, we're going to have a long time getting from Echo back. Anyway,
Yeah.
so for that night,
You do the hour of work, then
yep,
what are you doing?
I am worried for that roll. 325 plus 5. 335 plus 5.
He's trying to add up his XP.
Yeah.
Oh. I see. Alright, so I sleep and rest there for the night. I'm gonna guess no one else has anything to do. You guys are just sort of waiting for me to get back.
We are legitimately just waiting on you. Yeah.
You's probably sitting there just like, is he coming back? Where has he gone?
That's probably like.
Oh, by the way, don't forget.
That's probably third person, Catman, and you.
You.
Echo is the only one that has any confidence that you'll come back.
Q thinks he's dead.
Yeah.
By the way, don't forget you have the gauntlets that you took off of the guy with the 2,000 something essence still in them.
Yeah, which
I
you
thought he
are
gave-
gonna give.
Yeah,
those were
them
given to you.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Catman and Bird Person.
To you, yeah.
Did
because
we already attune to them on the way here?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Because I said that I gave you them, and you said that you would put
Well,
them on immediately.
attunements takes effect the second you put on an item.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, so the very next day, you guys see me coming over the horizon.
Wait a minute. How much XP would I have gotten in the past 2 weeks of getting here?
I believe it was like 5.
It should be empty.
Yeah. So you've got like 2,000, 20,000
Okay.
XP.
2,000.
2,000 XP.
So I return back. Well,
Echo,
it's
Q would
very
hand you 10 gold. He would have betted 10 gold that he died.
Yeah, Echo would have taken that bet as well.
Well, it's a very expensive trip, but it's done. Alright, so I have the documents. And to make sure that none of you get attacked, I will be holding on to these documents. If the seal is broken on there, I cannot guarantee that the people there will not be alive. As, no offense to you, Q, you're very deadly. And I don't exactly want another lot of people dying.
Just so you know, I will not hesitate.
Yep, I know. But I'd rather less mortals die, considering that mortals only get born every, like, 3 to 2 years. and Celestials come every year. So, you know,
Wait, mortals only get born every 3 to 2 years?
yeah, something
That's
about a blood
news to
moon.
me.
So
That's-
once every it's 3 years, is it, James?
Should be 2 years
2
and
years?
7 months.
Every 2 years and 7 months, a blood moon will appear for, I believe,
1 month.
that year. 1 month. For that month. And for that month, it is suggested to procreate. And then children, the healthiest children, will be born. If you procreate at any other time, you can kiss any healthy offspring goodbye.
But that's so dumb. Why would a god make it this way?
I don't even know if it was a god that made it this way or if it was a celestial that cast a wish at this point.
Yeah, it could literally go either way. Either way, incredibly twisted mind again.
Because, Anyway, let's
So,
start heading over.
All we need,
You look
Oh,
visibly upset by this knowledge.
yeah.
Oh,
So do all we need is that? Do all we need is that? Nothing else.
Yep, I talked to Atlas.
Meta, remember the bands, man. Remember the band.
Oh,
No, there's a different thing that I'm trying to hint at without metaing that.
I
was really hoping you was gonna fix
I was
to
gonna
get
give-
those bands.
I was gonna give the bands just before we entered, by the way, but because people are out crying for it now.
Oh, that's
Alright.
not even what I'm getting at.
What are you even
VR.
getting at? Better.
The woman said like so long as he isn't wearing the thingy gear.
Celestial arrival clothes.
Oh, celestial radicals. Well, they're not.
Echo,
I don't
Echo
think.
only has that set of clothes.
Echoes are just
Prahoof.
very patchy.
Yeah, like they're fine
Well,
with
I mean,
Prahoof and
so
Catman
we're-
having them. They're fine with Prahoof and Catman having them because you were because you
Look,
only arrived.
Look,
so,
Echo, how tall are you?
like
How many of you are there? 1,
I am
2,
6
3. How many spell slots does this guy have?
I am 6 foot.
6 foot. Well,
Holy
Echo's-
hell, you're tall.
you know
Holy
what?
hell, you're tall.
Echo has legitimately never had a different set of clothes than what he is wearing.
You know what? Just take your clothes off. You're a fucking golem. You don't have any shame.
He likes wearing clothes. It makes him actually seem like people.
You're wearing a hat. That is clothes.
Are the clothes really that important?
Technically, no. It just makes people think.
Just put them.
Actually-
Just put them in the cart.
He walks up to you, Echo, places his hand on your chest, and you almost think you hear clothes being said. You are now wearing the exact same clothes he is.
Are you my mummy? Mummy. Sorry, I had
You
to
just-
do this.
No, you couldn't have said that.
He then walks over to the other two and does the exact same thing and buy all of his 3rd level spell slots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, he'll
Thank
get them
you.
back in a long rest.
Yeah,
Alright.
weak.
And here are your bands to wear.
These are actual clothes, aren't they?
Yes, these are clothes.
Well, I don't see that you're not wearing clothes because at least because illusions. Anyway, here are your bands.
Thank you, Q.
I
He
hand
couldn't
a
have
band to Echo.
Yeah, Echo.
I
does
hand
take
a band to Perhoof
It's
to
just that
Q
when you-
and to
it's just that-
Hades.
It's just that when you hand the band to Echo, you just seem like it couldn't have been what he said.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Just something Q said.
Alright,
I
anyway.
think.
let us set off.
Wait, did he give us the bands?
Yes, I gave you the
Sorry,
bands. I was
I
going to
just
give
came
you the
back, I
bands just outside of town, but you know.
I was less worried about the bands than the clothes.
Anyway, so we head off. How long does it take for us now on cart to get to that town?
About a half a day.
Alright, so we get there as the sun is going down?
Yep.
Alright. So so is there what do I have to do here? I come up if I see a guard.
Basically, as you're getting towards where the town is, because you're not actually walking in, 2 guards do come up and stop the cart to check it.
Alright.
Echo
I
would-
pull out the documents.
They
And
read over it. They look a bit distasteful at you. We thought
Hey.
you were one of the good ones.
Hey, I'm only here to do a job. I was sent here by justice. I'd only be here to do official business or if I wanted to talk to my parents.
Oh,
Trust
God.
me, I wouldn't be here for any other reason.
I just noticed a bug on Hero Forge. If you have bird hands and you put a glove on it that does not cover the fingers, it looks
Bird hands?
incredibly disfigured.
Bird hands? You bird hands.
Bahoof is a bird person.
Yeah, but which one's the bird hands?
So, in other words, racist guards. Okay, I know who to kill here. Meta.
Right, huh? Hey, I'm just doing a job. Just like you're doing yours.
Go on through, it's approved.
Right? You enjoy yourself. I'd much rather be here than with these guys, but you know. And do I get the papers back?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Is the seal damaged?
No.
Good, because if they purposely damage the seal, I'm gonna tell all of my friends to go back, and then I'm gonna go get Atlas, and Atlas is going to talk to these 2 guards and see what they want to do
They
about
see
that.
Atlas immediately try to kill him, like, no Celestials, screw you. We're
It's like-
independent, freedom, kill all Celestials, that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but then the whole town just like, you know, that's our mayor, and they'll be like, wait, what?
We don't
That's
care,
because-
he's a Celestial.
This
He
town
is
does
not-
feel... This outpost does feel a bit American, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyway,
It feels more Nazi, in my opinion, considering we're having to wear
So
bands. I'm sorry, that's... Okay, we're literally having to wear bands and need papers.
yeah, don't worry. I know. I
Okay.
said
I'm a
that
I'm a
this-
history buff. That's what came to mind.
So it's just turning night now, yeah.
it'd be getting towards that.
So we could spend the next 4 hours because I don't know how your night works, but I'm pretty sure in the worlds that I've played, when it's turning night, it's like 7 to 8.
Nighttime, and this is about 8 o'clock, almost exactly.
8. So we could spend a few more hours to get to where we need to go.
Does it seem like we'd be able to get to Echo from where we are before?
We are at Echo. We are at Echo. We're going to...
We're at Echo
the-
Point.
Yeah. Anyway, so would we be able to get to the town, James? Would you allow us?
Yeah.
Alright, so we will go.
And you will arrive.
I don't want any of you staying there because I feel like you'll get lynched.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I don't blame you.
As we get there, the guards stop us
Although, I
again.
will say,
They pretty much let you go right on through.
I will
Because
say
I
one
guess I
thing,
was
if
there a couple
Proof
days ago.
gets lynched simply because he's a Celestial, I will be making a character specifically designed to wipe out civilization. To kill all mortals, basically.
So you
I'm
just,
sorry.
so let me
You will become the reason why they do that in the first place.
wait,
No, no, no. I'm making a. Well, I mean, hey, guess what? They're gonna treat Celestials like shit. And guess what? They're gonna be treated like shit.
Alright, anyway, so
Do,
we're there.
do
Alright,
what you
Merlin
them to
2.0.
do.
Anyway, so
I'm sorry.
Echo,
Yeah.
we're here. Make yourself nice and be nice. Haven't been here for a while, and the place has changed. Where was the barn when I was here? Oh, sorry, where's the stables?
Pretty much in the same spot.
Right, so I will guide the cart and horse. I'm gonna guess we have a horse
I
to
hope
the
so.
stables.
There's a couple horses.
How have you been pulling this cart?
Start otherwise.
Magic. It's
Look,
magic.
I was hoping that everyone else knew how many horses we had.
I believe there's 4.
There should be 4.
Yep.
Anyway, so I get the horses there and stop the cart there, and I shall take you to the manor. I shall take you all to the manor. I look towards Q. All right, Q. I recommend you stick close to me. This town is ever changing, but at least you'll maybe feel a little more home because that inn is 4 stories tall. So buildings are getting rather tall around here.
You might also like the alchemist. She asked for a bunch of Ezra's scales and stuff when they were being ripped out of him due to living metal. I think she called it.
Speaking of which,
Living
Q,
metal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Q, if you can bring live vampires back here, you can make a living. You can become a vampire slayer, or at least a vampire hunter, and bring the vampires back and let the alchemist deal with them.
Huh.
Many sources of income these days. This place is definitely getting a lot bigger. Anyway, we're going to go meet the mayor of the town if he's got time. It's rather late. He might be in final closing meetings, or he might be asleep. You know what? He might be asleep. We'll all go to the inn instead. Catch him nice and early tomorrow.
Oh, you think he gets long rest?
Oh no. He's probably asleep right now because as soon as the sun kisses the horizon, it's up. And as soon as midnight hits, he's down. I'd like to imagine that he gets at minimum 6 hours.
Yeah, that's about how much he gets.
Yeah.
Almost exactly.
At maximum, he might get 6.5. Right, so I go to the inn. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I do just sort of go up to the person who owns the inn and ask, is it alright if I just play my drum here for a while and then just sort of fall asleep in the corner?
Sure.
Thank
Uh,
you.
In that case, 4
Echo
rooms.
Echo then just goes to play his drum. He
4
hasn't.
rooms, 2 nights. Eat.
This is
So
the
it's-
thing that he has been missing. Playing his drum. just so that he could just play his drum.
Alright, I put 40 gold down.
By the way, Prahoof would be. I'm assuming Prahoof can like fold up his wings, naturally, so they're not like all weird and awkward.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. It was. How much was it again for the thing? It was 70,000. No, not 70,000. It was 7,000 for the. Shit. Because I forgot to take that out. How much were
35,000
the
each. So it's 70,000 for the 2.
7,000 for 2.
17, I think.
Well, 70,000 gold, 7,000 platinum.
Yeah, 7,000 platinum. So I will give So that would leave us with. Alright, cool. Because that is going to help us quite a bit, trust me. And so now I just need to get rid of 40, so 7. Alright, I'd like 2 nights for all these guys and me.
Well, one room? If so, you're probably going to want to keep it down.
No, I'm paying for rooms for all of them. 40
Alright.
gold, I believe it is, for 2 nights. Each person, 10 gold each. Unless, of course, it's more expensive.
No, that's fine.
Alright. I put 40 gold on the table.
He takes the gold, hands you keys. The Celestials are on the top floor. You and Echo are on the second floor.
All right, can't wait to see the top floor.
All the satellite areas to get to actual Echo. Anti Celestia.
that blue
But
room
if you get here, you get treated like royalty.
Well, you can't really say that. It's just top floor might just be where they put the Celestials just in case something happens.
Yep.
Or they just,
Oh yeah.
It's a security measure.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
It's a security measure having them up on that floor.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Especially if the yeah.
I'm almost guaranteeing the only reason Echo's allowed on the second floor is because they know him.
They don't know you're a Celestial.
Oh, right.
So it is time for rest. I look at Q. Alright, Q. Hopefully you can get some good rest here.
Okay, so he goes up to his room, and he's going to start casting his defense spells.
Waiting for the lynch mob to come through the door. We heard chanting.
What's the top floor like?
It is identical to all of the other floors.
Okay, just wanted to see how much how many real life similarities you were voting in here. I'm sorry, I'm getting so much negative shit from all this. Like it's not me, right? It's not me, right? Like everyone else is getting this kind of feel.
No, not really, because
Speaking
if
as
there's
Echo,
anyone
not at all.
closest.
Speaking as me, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't pick up on this sort of stuff. Well, sometimes I do.
I guess it's probably because I've read through history so much, so I know all
Also,
that.
Meta, I'd like to
first-
say this is
That's
Steve
your first
Jobs.
character.
I don't know why, I just feel like it's Steve Jobs.
Does someone have an inspiration they'd like to burn to know who Q is?
I do not. I used my inspiration to counterspell. And
I have
do not
money
regret
to get myself an inspiration, but you decide to put a lock on that.
That's tempting, but I don't think I will.
Alright.
I feel like I'm going to need that.
Because there is no way he is ever telling you.
Yeah,
That's cool.
He has got no idea what
generally-
power that information holds, and he does not want to risk it with anyone.
Look,
Yeah.
look, frankly, that's cool, because none of you know my real name either.
Yeah. And Echo honestly thinks his is a smart move because even he doesn't know if that holds any sort of power.
Anyway.
Makes him regret saying it to the Celestials of that town. Celestial of that one town.
Anyway, we rest for the night, or at least I go to rest for the night. I don't know what the rest of you do.
I play my drum for a while and then I go to get my rest.
Pro Hoof is pretty much just going to sleep.
Alright.
I guess he makes a nest out of the blankets.
I mean, you could just sleep normally on your belly.
No, he does so. Okay,
I
the
was
very
making a
next
joke.
day. Ba 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 da da.
There
With
is no
my
Stephen
time.
Hawking. Anyway, I'm just
Lich
gonna
mob
blurt
time.
out. I'm just gonna blurt out names of people who did physics and whatnot until I get it right. No. Anyway, so the very next day, I will go up to the.
Yeah,
I will
Uh,
go to. I'll look at Echo. I'm sure you can go talk to Atlas yourself. I've got something to go pick up. It's been a couple of days.
what are we gonna do about the others?
Now the others,
Yeah.
you can keep an eye on them.
Babysitting duty.
No, more like you can keep an eye on them for about 45 minutes while I go get my stuff.
You can see that Q is currently playing chess against someone in basically the quote-unquote common room area. It's more of a bar type area where there's sit-down area where people can play their instruments. There's a area for pool and stuff, and then there is the drinking area. He's currently in a sitting
Would
area.
Prohoof be playing pool? I feel like Prohoof would want to play pool.
Okay.
So you're just sort of hitting the balls around because you wouldn't know
I
how
mean-
to play pool.
I mean,
Look,
I'm
and
guessing
I've-
maybe someone's teaching him. I don't know.
Maybe.
Someone would be willing to teach.
Yeah, okay, so he'd be learning how to play pool.
Yep.
I've got to say, I swear it's Stephen Hawking.
I'm thinking it's Stephen Hawking too, because I think he died in 2018.
Zarfix, you
'cause
can
I
have
haven't been-
inspiration.
Because I have a meme. It's just like, there is no God.
So
There
can you,
is no
Prohoof.
Hawking.
Because I noticed that you guessed it pretty much right away, Proof.
Yeah. Yeah, I just knew who it was right away.
Anyway, so I get to the
Me, the dum dum.
me dum dum, you bring me gum gum.
I mean, to be fair, I only know about Stephen Hawking's because I ended up reading like some kind of news article about him passing, like when he
Okay.
passed away.
Yeah.
Echo just sort of sees whether Q, Hades, and Prahoof are just going to be fine chilling in the inn.
I'll eventually be going out to try and get some actual armor, because of my wings and
He'll
maybe a
talk to
better bow
Zarthix
than
about
other than that.
talk to Zarthix about that.
I do have pelts that I can sell.
Yep. So, James, I would have gone to the magic
Yep.
store.
Whilst he's doing that, I will be back.
I believe by this point in time, one stone should be done.
So it should be day 5 at moment.
Yep.
So I'll come in. How's the progress going along?
One stone's done. The other one I'll be doing tonight.
Righto.
Would you like to
Good to
collect
hear.
the first one now?
No, I'll collect them both at the same time.
Alright.
Make it easier. Enjoy your day, as I will go out and I shall go find Echo to go to Atlas to set up the trade route fully. Because apparently we might need copper and steel, so we need to go backwards and get those done.
Copper and iron.
Copper and iron. So,
Not,
having
not
Echo there.
I actually put down in my notes it was copper and steel. I just remembered it was iron.
I know. Also, your headset's starting to do the crackly thing again, by the way, man.
I am back.
Alright.
How's that? Hello?
Hi. Who's back?
Yeah, is that working?
Echo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, Echo. So I have found you at the cabin still, yeah?
Probably.
Alright. Alright, Echo. Let's go get this trade route finished, because apparently we can also make some stops before we get back to Echo, maybe making a little more money.
Yep.
No sense in not doing so. It just seems more practical. Well, maybe we might just become traders. All we have to do is kill a couple of people who keep taking our stuff, and I mean, we end up making bank somehow.
Yeah. Just as long as it doesn't turn out for the worse
Murder.
for us.
The most profitable industry.
Anyway, so we'll head to the manor.
Alright.
Bro,
get
if you're
there.
gonna be alright here, yeah?
Yeah, I should be fine.
He
Elephant.
wants armor.
Oh, you want
I'll-
armor?
Yeah,
I hand you
Good.
1,000 gold.
Okay, I was just going to sell my pelts, but, okay.
Look, this will probably help out getting the right sort of armor for you.
I just pictured this as the, what was it? Dozaboro Kaiba giving Seto Kaiba $10 million. Now go make 100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now don't spend it all in one place. Anyway, so me and Echo head off.
Isn't the problem with getting him armor is the fact he's gonna have to be made, and that's probably gonna take some time.
Look,
Yeah.
that money is to make sure it's sped up, if it is enough. If not, then once we get back to Justice, we'll spend some time there, get the armor made there, and then move on.
I don't think there is a armor, a
Right.
leatherworker's.
Well,
That's
I'm
more
going
me
to need
speaking.
to...
That's more
Yeah.
me speaking meta-wise because I can't
So
remember.
me and Echo head to the manor, but would we like to get the shopping done and then come back to this next week so that we have a definitive plan on what we're going to do, or
That is more up to you. I am fine with either.
what's actually up
It's
to
more-
James?
yeah.
He's the slave
Yeah.
master here. He tells
Yeah.
us when we stop.
I am God.
Yes, and as I've said a couple times, you have a twisted mind.
I mean, Echo is not the first robot, and that Troy has played. His other Warforged didn't believe in gods because there can only be one god, and that god is above all else.
Well, that was one of them. The other one didn't believe in gods largely because its memory was that fragmented.
Ah, yes. Mal.
Yeah.
What's that short for? Fuck.
Until eventually he'd say in a very sort of demonic voice, malfunction.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about him.
I want Prohoof to have some spotlight here because I took a lot of spotlight for a bit of time.
Well, here's how you guys would go to the hall where Atlas is, and the person would tell you to take a ticket, and you'll be waiting there for about a day and a half. Because this is about the point in time where an incident would have caught up to him, and he would be dealing with that for a bit.
Oh dear.
So we've got
Right.
time to just sort of
So, Prohoof, you're going to go shopping.
Yep, so I'm going to head to the armorer because I don't know where else to go for armor.
So,
You know, Prohoof wouldn't know.
the blacksmith is basically the armorer.
Ah,
He's
okay.
got someone who actually works there for level work.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so what sort of armor can I get ya?
The best kind of leather possible. And I need it to be made where I can actually use my wings.
Alright. Let me measure up. So, best kind of leather possible. For you... you're a medium creature, correct?
Yes, I am.
That will be 864,000 gold.
Wait a minute, hold on. Can you say the price again?
864,000.
Correct.
So just shy of $1 million.
For the best possible leather armor.
Okay, that.
You didn't say best possible.
Prohoof is going to mention that is a bit out of his price range.
Alright, what's your price range?
Maximum of 1,000.
Oh, you're more looking for the standard and less. Got it. You could just saw his eyes go from ching to, oh, this is just a regular person.
Meta, the fact that 1,000 gold is like, oh, whatever. Like, seriously. I thought my world's economy was messed up, but yours is even more so.
His profit margin on leather armor is about 2.5%.
I gotta send this.
I have no idea whether that's good or bad.
I'm gonna start sending these because they're session memes, and they should be session memes anyway.
Alright, so what style are we looking for? Are we looking for armor for your wings as well?
Hold on, James, could you repeat that one more
Are we
time?
looking for armor for your wings as well?
There you go, there's all the memes.
I believe I don't think putting even light armor on my wings would be very efficient. It may end up causing me to have harder control.
Alright, no armor on your wings then. And are we talking full body armor? Partial armor?
Me sitting here in the back of my head, curse you, James. Curse you.
Don't forget to offer the bolters as something.
Sorry, what was that?
He was mentioning something. I do also have pelts for trading if that could help improve the quality a little.
What sort of pelts do you have?
I show him the 5 boar pelts, and I do mention I have 10 rabbit pelts, but those are probably going to be more worthless to him.
I mean, that's more decorative armor than anything. I guess I could get you... honestly, I could probably sell that to some barbarians. I don't really have much of a use for that.
So before we continue, it was 864,000, yeah?
For the best quality leather armor, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is 17,280 pounds of gold. Of gold coins. That you would have to lug into the store and start pouring out. I would do so out of spite.
Pay for it with copper. Or better yet, pay for it with rice.
Oh my god.
1 copper is 1 pound of rice.
Oh, dear. Oh.
We need to do that. We need to find a way to feasibly do that.
8
bag upon bag of tier 5
Someone
alcohol.
Bandits
They
stick us
they
up.
have no weight limit. It's just
Bandits
they have a space inside limit.
500
Bandits.
cubic feet. I don't think all that rice could fit in that bag of holding.
That's why I said you need bag upon bag of tier 5 bags.
Oh, you've only got like what, 25 bags? These are tier 5 bags of holding.
Yeah,
Just see the colour drain from their face.
Or even better. Have the bags of holding ready. With the rice, and in there, take away 1 pound of rice, and replace it with a platinum, so they have to give you money back. Or rice back, and they will then have to measure out enough of the pound of rice, or give you back a coin amount, and they'll have to weigh up the option of which one's a lesser hassle.
You know what? Prohoof would have thought about it real quick, and he would say that if he can find a way to put armor on his wings without, being too much of a detriment.
So it would
then
halve
he's-
your flying speed.
Ooh, yeah, no, okay, we're not doing that.
I want to know what a pound, how many copper coins equal a pound.
It should be 10.
10 copper coins equal a pound?
It should be the same as for every coin.
Well, it's 50 coins.
Yeah, then it's
equals
50.
Alright, now I just got to divide
A
the
copper
new number
coin
that
is
I
about
got.
the size of a 50-cent coin, Australian 50 cent.
Yep.
That's right.
Alright,
The D&D,
so-
the sizes go down. the
Yeah.
price.
So
While a gold
if
coin is a little
you-
bit smaller than a $2 coin. Sorry, a 5-cent
Yeah.
coin.
if you paid in copper coin, it would be 1,728,000 pounds. Which, if I just quickly divide by 2 and then take about oh my god, it's like 700,000 tons.
That belongs to the thing of like, tell me you're petty without telling me you're petty.
I pay in copper. For the economy.
What's that? You need your town fixed? I have enough money in copper.
We can make repairs with copper.
Imagine you save a town who really no. If Satellite Echo ever needs our help, we help them, and then they're like, "Oh, we need to rebuild. Could you loan us some money? We can help in copper."
So, would you like partial armor? Full armor? Full, half, quarter, or... That's pretty much it. There's nothing smaller than a quarter armor.
So question, would full armor give me any detriment?
No. It basically just determines how the surface area of your body that the armor covers.
Okay. This will be studded leather, by the way. I'm guessing, unless you have different armor types.
Studded leather is a material type for it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pricier.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with full armor.
Alright. Now let's look at the materials. I assume you can't afford Hellhound leather, which is why we're not selling you 800,000 gold worth of leather armor.
That was probably what bumped up the price.
What
Hold
else
on,
could make it...
Hellhound? Before we continue, is
Grants
this the
fire
same
immunity.
Hellhound in the? Is this the same Hellhound as what is in the player handbook, or is it something worse? It's not player handbook. That's in the
Monster manual.
monster manual, or is
Let
it
me take a
something worse? Because if it's not, then
Hellhound in 5th edition is only CR 3.
I think it's like
Yeah, this is
3.
substantially worse.
Okay.
This is from XZZ.
Because if it was that, I would be like, we found a business we can get into.
I just sort of assumed it was from a
Of course,
previous
the problem
edition.
is that if it was that, then I can understand why it'd be hard to get, because it's not exactly easy to not butcher something if it's trying to murder you.
That's why psychic damage. Of course, then the problem comes up if the thing is resistant to psychic damage.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the game.
Indeed.
So, what materials could I buy with
That's
my
a
price
bit
range?
more what the Hellhound looks like.
Oh, lovely.
Why is this posted in memes? Why is this memes? This is not funny.
Alright. So, what were you saying, Proof? What materials are in your price range? Well, we've got...
Hello?
Hello.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, I didn't know if you were talking or anything. Or are you just looking things up?
I believe he is looking at the things.
Just getting the full level list up that this shop actually has.
Yeah, okay. Just wanted to check because I didn't know if I got disconnected or something. It's been storming like crazy outside.
I assume you don't want anything metallic based.
No.
How do you feel about scales?
Meta, what would, actually, so, scales, huh?
We can get you some
kinda-
scale hide for about 1,300 gold. Sorry, 13,000 gold.
Yeah, no, 1,000 gold's my price range.
Alright, so we'll need to stick more with purely just different levers. Alright, we can work with that.
I'm gonna say your economy, James. Reminds me of a game that I was in a while ago where I was playing a barbarian known as Mammoth, and we went to a coffee shop because this was set in the 70s, and we were basically convicts working for the law so that our sentences could be reduced. And we went there, and a cup of coffee used to cost like a copper, not a copper, 1 silver, 2 copper, and then inflation came in, and it was 3 gold, 50 silver.
Yep, that is
For
the
a
effect
cup
that
of
Celestials
coffee.
have had.
And frankly, we need to get this inflation under control.
Oh, I just realized a few other things I gotta put in for pricing, oh god.
And
Right.
I know how we're gonna do it, but it's going to need a lot of bags of holding, and us hoarding anything we get, and only using enough to get food. That way, we eventually cause an economic collapse, which will cause a Great Depression, which will then kick in a new set of laws in place to set up. I think you get it.
So, how do you feel about pressed leather? That'll cost you about 850 gold.
I think pressed leather could be good as long as it provides good protection.
It's probably the best in your budget. It's also the lightest in your budget.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. Basically, the process for making pressed leather is drying out and then moisturizing leather over and over again, and then applying another layer.
Oh, meta. I think I've heard of this process before.
It's what used to be used for old shoes. Not quite as flexible as most other types, but it's quite light and it's quite strong.
Yep.
Okay. So it is. So this is pressed leather armor. It is. Where is my table? There it is. $13 plus dex, capped at 5.
So
13 plus dex,
That's-
capped at 5. So 5.
That's actually
Okay,
really good for. That's actually really good for low level people.
Oh yeah, that is actually pretty good.
Though this guy isn't quite good enough to make it a masterwork.
Yeah.
Alright. Come back in, give it 4 days, and he gets you measured up for this, and it should be done.
Alright, should I pay up front or
You're an adventurer or a resident?
I'm a trader, so an adventurer.
Alright. Yeah, it needs to be up front.
How much again?
850 gold?
850. I give him the gold.
Better tell me that that's happening so that I can pay for the inn a little longer. Once we get back together.
Echo would probably mention to you, Zarthix, about maybe selling the clothes and stuff we got off. Besides his new hat, the clothes we got off of the Shadow Dude.
You're a Celestial, right?
I believe it's still talking
To
to
Prahoof.
Blacks. Yeah.
Sorry, my computer was messing up.
He asks if you're a Celestial.
Yes I am. I'm actually quite new to this world.
That's okay. Wait here one moment. He walks off to a different room. And he comes back with a bow. Here, you can have this on the house.
Oh, thank you so much.
A Celestial, a while back, saved one of my family members.
Well, I'm glad at least not all Celestials have done bad things. I've heard a lot of different things.
Well, he did save him from a couple other Celestials. But at least one tried to make an effort, and from the looks of things, you're trying to make one as well.
Thank
You
you.
didn't try to rip me off, you didn't try to argue the price. You just told me what you could and couldn't do. And I respect that. So here, have this. It is a +1 masterwork longbow.
Okay, hold on. Give me like a minute to put
good.
that in. So it's basically just a +1, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, anything that the masterwork does?
It
or...
basically affects selling price normally.
Okay.
A masterwork normally can't easily be replicated. Alright, that's
Longbow,
everything
right?
that guy's
It's a
to say.
longbow?
Yes, it's a longbow.
Now all we have to do is get you some arrows.
Yeah. So meta-wise, I'd like to think like half the bad stuff here Prahoof has actually heard about Celestials has come from like Echo and Zarthix.
It is. It is. It's
and, then, and then the other half is from everyone else he's met.
By the way, I was thinking of buying a rapier as well.
What material?
I suppose standard steel or whatever won't
Alright,
snap
mortal
on me.
or
Like,
celestial steel? We do
Hold on,
still have a
can-
small supply of celestial steel.
hold on, can you repeat that, James?
Mortal or celestial steel?
What would be the difference in the two?
price.
Celestial steel is normally more expensive, and considering the supply of it is dried up quite a bit, it's skyrocketing in price, but it is overall better. Blacksmith won't tell you that, he's quite proud of the mortal steel, but in my opinion it's better. Not worth the price difference, but I would say it's better.
I suppose I think I'm just going to go with the mortal steel.
Alright.
I need a mix station.
Rapier, medium creature, that would be... Ooh. For you, we can do 150. I assume that's what you've got left over.
Yep, that matches my price pretty well.
Yay! He's actually taking no profit on this. That will take probably about a week. You'll need to go over to the blacksmith to get that sorted. But that's pretty much how much it will cost.
Alright, by the way, what's your name?
Oh, mine? What is a leather worker's name? Let me get up that doc.
You know, it's funny. I'm usually not one of the people who asks for an
I know,
NPC.
which is why I didn't even bother bringing it up.
Well, it's mainly because I'm with the rest of the group and they ask anyway.
I mean, Zarthix asks.
Yeah.
Echo,
Or, other groups.
Echo isn't. After pointing out out that dude's face, Echo isn't sure whether it's polite or not to ask people like a bunch of things. One of those being, "What's your name?" He also doesn't know how he would word that without it sounding incredibly rude.
Marcus Smith. A half-elf.
Marcus, he tells me his name, Marcus Smith.
Yep. First name
Marcus
Marcus,
Smith.
profession Smith.
Marcus, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Prahoof Pagan. And he, shakes his hand and, does, a little back. And Prahoof pretty much just thanks him for, all the help getting this sorted. And then goes over to the...
You actually need to go and talk to the blacks. But yeah.
I didn't mean to put that in session meeting.
And, basically after that, he goes over to the blacksmith to get the rapier sorted.
Yep. Blacksmith would pretty much get the same thing organized.
Hold on, what?
I think Zarthix just pointed out that he has a robot hand.
Oh.
Because of the glove.
Ah.
It's actually a gauntlet that he wears that allows him to handle certain materials much, much easier.
Oh, this is for the leather worker. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That's his excuse. I see.
Though he is wearing half plate underneath his clothes.
Yeah.
I sort of could tell. There's a very like thick front he's got, and his boots, which are two different boots. Huh. Interesting.
That's odd. They should have been the same. Do I not lock that? Oh, I need to fix that up. That is bothering me. Why did you point that out to me?
OCD overload.
Because as someone who pays close attention, any detail can give off something about a character.
Yeah. To be honest, I have OCD tendencies myself.
Because there are times where having different boots actually would work for certain things. Like if you were wearing certain armor that looked like it was just put together, like an artificer, calling out artificers.
I was just
Anyway.
about to say, effectively, like he's just wearing an armor that looks like it's just been put together. So they just pick the armor that has the best stats, no matter the aesthetic.
Oh no! Like in roleplay terms, it would be more like they picked up the pieces that fit them. It's just like, oh, this dwarven helmet is just big enough for my little head. Good.
What was it?
Oh, this orcish gauntlet. No, this orcish chest plate. It just a little bit of shaving here and here. Ah, there we go. Perfect.
Because the shadow hat technically is too small to fit properly on Echo's head, so they've probably got it on like a lean, just because it doesn't fit quite right.
What was it? Magic items that grow and shrink to fit the user.
Yeah.
I remember when a member of Group 2 tried to tell me that. I remember my smile at the time.
I mean, it works when it works in my game, but this isn't my game.
Yeah.
Normally I don't have an issue with that, but it adds basically a gold tax to the player. You need to go get this fitted. Enjoy your suffering, though there are definitely some that have that property.
The artificer who has smiths and cobblers, not cobblers, and masons tools. Yeah, that's what you think. Starts fixing.
I didn't mean for that. That's my bad. That's stuff I'm like making a list
2 hand
of.
axes, shield, leather armor.
That's
Wait,
what
axes.
I have.
Axe staff. Oh no.
That's what I have, like, from the dungeon. Those are items that I picked up, and I'm planning on selling them to the blacksmith or whoever. Like, I'll ask the blacksmith if I can sell him the shield, leather armor, hand axes.
They don't buy any items here. There's a place in town that you can sell them, but that will be for next session. Kel, yes, the person does have cobbler tool proficiency. In fact, I think they have most tool proficiencies. I'd need to double check that. But it should be all the ones related to actually crafting leather armor, especially with the tools
unless they
around it.
think about that, it's the best thing when someone has all those proficiencies and then they sit there and they don't utilize them.
Yeah.
That's why yours truly always does.
Alright, well, I think that'll be it for this week.
Store.
I didn't hear what you said, James, over the glory.